Ladies, we are here tonight on the show. And tonight, I'm going to talk about something that went on, I believe it was that Saturday, about Shaq saying that LeBron James should not go out and ring chase. He should just not worry about it. That his legacy is already there, and you shouldn't really be worrying about that stuff and trying to ring chase. I'm like, how many times did this man change teams? This man, he was on the Magic with Penny Hardaway, or whatever the fuck his name was, and then he went to the Lakers. They won 3 championships, and then when that shit started going downhill, he went to Miami. And now I know some of these were trades, but actually, if you think about this man, most of his moves were trades. I believe didn't they trade him from the Magic to the Lakers, and then they traded him from the Lakers to the Heat, and then they traded him from the Heat to the Suns. I believe when he went to Cleveland and the Celtics, I believe he ended up signing as a free agent. But most of the teams he played on, he did not even fucking choose, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I do think he did kind of ring chase a little bit, because those last 2 years, he did really. He ring chased going to Cleveland and trying to win a championship with LeBron James. You can't tell him no. And then when he saw that shit didn't work, he ring chased and tried to go to the Celtics and try to get a ring with Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. So okay, maybe the move to the Lakers, okay, he got traded. Then maybe the move to the Heat, okay, he got traded. But when he fucking went to the Celtics and the Cavaliers, that was him ring chasing. He was trying to get one more ring. First with LeBron, when he saw that shit didn't work, he tried to go get one with Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce. And then he had no choice but to retire. But you cannot say don't go ring chase when the last few years of your career going to the Cavaliers and then the Celtics, you ring chase too. So, oh no, he's just putting himself in a position to win. That's ring chasing. Putting yourself in a position to win is ring chasing. So you cannot, like, I'm gonna let the getting traded to the Lakers slip, because that's not your fault. You can't control it. I'm gonna let the Heat getting traded to the Heat slip. I'll even let the Suns, even though he never had a chance to win a championship there, I'll even let that one slip. But yeah, those two, no, he ring chased when he signed with Cleveland, and he ring chased when he signed with the Celtics. So to me, you look so silly now. You look so silly now saying that LeBron should not ring chase by going somewhere else, like Houston and Los Angeles. You did it yourself. So why shouldn't he? The only guy that can really say that don't go ring chase is probably Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Because Charles Barkley, he did the same shit. He ring chased. David West from the Warriors, he ring chased, He was on, he started with the Pelicans, then he went to the Indiana, and then he started ring chasing. First he tried with San Antonio, and now the Warriors. A lot of people ring chase. Reggie Miller's another guy he didn't, actually Reggie Miller, once he was retired, he did try to, I believe in 2000 and, what was it 7? He tried to come out of retirement and he tried to ring chase with the Mavericks. The year the Mavericks were doing really good. Yeah, I'm happy he didn't, because actually I think that was the year the Mavericks that actually ended up getting swept in the first round. But all these guys ring chase. And Reggie was like, no, go to New York, go to the Knicks for LeBron. What is he going to do in the Knicks? Can he bring Leonard over there? Paul George? Porzingis? Maybe. I just don't think nobody wants to play with the Knicks because of the owner, James Dolan. That guy's like it's Dan Gilbert and James Dolan are pretty much the same people, but nobody likes them. So if LeBron's gonna play with a shitty ass owner that he doesn't like, he'd rather stay in his hometown than go to New York. Although New York is nice, he's not gonna want to go play there. He's not gonna want to go fucking play with James Dolan. So he didn't with Dan Gilbert, unless at least Dan Gilbert is his home team. Where New York, it's nice, but I don't think that team. You might have to sell that team if you're the Knicks, because that's like the Clippers. Nobody can stand James Dolan. I'm sorry, Chicken Legs. I know that's your team right there, but It's going to be hard to attract free agents there as long as James Dolan is the owner of that team. Nobody likes that man. And I also believe that's why LeBron can't attract any superstars. Other than Kevin Love, he's never in his life attracted a superstar to go to Cleveland. I think it has to do with Dan Gilbert being the owner. You know? But as far as LeBron James, as far as Shaq saying LeBron don't ring chase, he can't say that because he ring chased last 2 years when he signed with the Cavaliers and then the Celtics. He was literally ring chasing. After winning what, 4? At least LeBron, when Shaq was doing that shit, he was done. He was like in his late 30s. He was fat ass, out of shape. LeBron James is still in very good shape. He is still in the prime of his career. And I mean, LeBron James, he's always, like, when he went to Miami, that team the year before, they were a first-round exit team. It was completely different than the Kevin Durant situation. Kevin Durant joined at 73-19. LeBron James, although he joined the Wayne Wade, the year before he joined, they were a first-round exit. It's like if, as talented as the Trailblazers are, if he were to go to the Trailblazers, what the hell are you gonna say? Oh well, he joined C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard. Yeah, but then they just fucking were they a first round exit? Same thing with the Lakers. Even if he does take 1 or 2 stars with him, whether it's Leonard or Paul George, they're gonna have to start all the way down. Lakers have not been in the playoffs since what? 2000 and what is it? Is it 13? I believe they have not been in the playoffs since 2013. So yes, it's gonna. Okay, yeah, we're kind of ring chasing going to Lakers with Leonard and Paul George, but they're gonna have to build that shit from the ground up. And this is the thing. I don't know if you can even do that because I'm thinking now that even though like obviously Leonard, he still has 1 more year, but then after next year he's gonna be a free agent and he's gonna win the max. So now I'm thinking that the whole Lakers thing, I don't think they can afford all 3. Unless Paul George or LeBron, somebody's gonna have to take less money because look, Paul George is gonna win the max, LeBron's gonna win the max, and then Leonard and next year when he's a free agent he's gonna win the max. I don't think as much. I know the Lakers have a lot of money and I know they have a lot of salary space, but I don't think you can afford 3 max contracts. So that you might have to choose who do you want to pair. If you're the Lakers, you have to choose who do you want to pair LeBron James with, or LeBron James may have to choose. Do you want to pair yourselves up with Leonard, or do you want to pair yourself up with Paul George? Because I don't think they're going to be able to. Maybe this season, but next year, I don't know if they can afford all 3 max players. You know, this year maybe because Leonard's on his San Antonio deal. Then you can max out, you know, LeBron and Paul George. But then next year, in 2019, when Leonard's a free agent, you're gonna have to max them out too. So that's 3 max contracts. I don't think the Lakers can afford that shit. So they may have to sit down LeBron. Magic Johnson may have to sit down LeBron and tell him, hey, you want to come here? You can only choose one, either Leonard or Paul George, because we're not going to be, when Leonard's a free agent next summer, in 2019, we're not going to be able to afford all 3 max contracts. So I'm starting to think that whole, Paul George, Leonard, LeBron James team in Los Angeles might not be, it might work maybe the first year, but then eventually somebody's going to have to leave because I don't think you can afford all 3 max contracts from those guys. I really don't. I mean, if they could, fantastic, but I don't. See, maybe the first year when Leonard's on the 1-year deal left with San Antonio, but then once that year thing's over next year, he's going to want to get maxed out too. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But Shaq, Shaq, you need to shut your mouth and know your role, son, because you do the same shit. Like, I'm going to let the other teams slip, the Lakers and the Heat slip, the Suns. But you ring chase when you went to the Cavaliers and the Celtics. You cannot say anything about that. You ring chase. You were not successful, but you ring chase. And Charles Barkley, same thing. He ring chased when he went to Houston. He ring chased too. Most of these guys ring chase. But yeah, once they retire, they're sitting and telling LeBron James not to ring chase. The only guy that's probably thinking about ring chasing is Kobe Bryant, because he stayed, after they won that last championship in, what was it, 2010? He stayed there until what, 2016? and he never ring chased. Now he did try to ring chase around 2005 or 2007, somewhere around there. He was trying to go he wanted to go to Chicago, I think, or Denver or something. So he even tried a little bit, but I mean, at least he stayed. But it's kind of funny to me that once these guys are finished playing, they critique these guys for not ring chasing when they fucking did it. Charles Barkley ring chased when he went to Houston. Shaq ring chased when he went to Cavaliers and Celtics. Reggie Miller, he couldn't get in shape, but he was trying to sign with the Mavericks when they had the best record. I believe, what was it, like towards the middle, like in March or February. He just couldn't get himself in shape to play. But he tried to ring chase. I believe it was 2007, I remember. But nobody knows that. But once he retired from Indiana a few years later, I guess the Mavericks came up and they offered him a deal to get him ready for the playoffs. And he tried to get himself ready, and he just couldn't get himself ready. And he told them, hey, you know what? I love it. I would love to play for you guys and try to win a championship. I never did that in my career, but I just don't have it anymore. I can't get myself in basketball shape. And, you know, but he was trying all he could to get himself in shape for a while there to join that Mavericks team with, I believe it was Jason Kidd and Nick Nowinski. But yeah, man, these fucking retired players, they fucking critique sometimes. It's like, you did the same thing. You all did the same thing. You all ring chase towards the end. And LeBron James, like I said, he's trying to put himself, unless he goes to the Warriors, or maybe even, or Warriors or Houston, you can't really say he's ring chasing. If he goes to the Lakers and tries to put a team together, whether it's Paul Leonard, Paul George, you're going to have to build that shit from the ground up. Same thing in Miami. Yes, he's getting superstar players, but they're building that shit from the ground up. If he goes to the Warriors or Houston, they're okay, yes, you're ring chasing. But to me, if he goes to the Lakers, you ain't really ring chasing. You're probably going to have a lot of good players around you, but you're building that shit from the ground up. You know, that's completely different. Same thing in Miami. Though he did join Dwayne Wade, the year before that, they were a first round exit. So they had to build that shit. When Shaq went to the Cleveland, you know, people thought he was the last piece. I thought it too. It was like in 2009, I think it was. And everybody's like, that shit's over because it's gonna be like Kobe and Shaq in Los Angeles. And it wasn't, you know. Shaq was a lot older, and then it didn't work out. And then with the Celtics, he was just too old. He was fucking too old. I believe he even broke his finger and couldn't even finish out the year. But yeah, stop saying shit about ring chasing because you ring chase too. But that's what I have to say. Comment in the comment section what you want me to talk about. As you can see, I am putting these videos out of my sleeve at the last moment. It is very soft here. So if you have anything to say in the comments, a suggestion, comment in the comment section because right now, you know, until football season gets closed or free agency in a few weeks, I'm not going to have too much to talk about right now. So I know I'm losing a lot of people. The views are going low. I understand it's the summer. You know, there's no basketball. There's no football. So if you have any suggestion, you know, comment in the comment section because right now, you know, it's kind of empty-handed right now. You know, you're not going to see the best product out of myself for a while because there's not too much to talk about. You know, I'm literally reading articles and the best story I can think of, I come on here and say it. There's nothing to talk about. There's, you know, you know, baseball, but you guys don't, a lot of you complain about it. I did make a baseball video last night too. So, you know, but I'm trying to read articles and try to figure shit out. But this, whatever's left of this June, is probably going to be like this. Now, we do have the NBA draft coming up, so I'll talk about that on Thursday. But yeah, so I apologize if you guys are not happy with the content I'm shooting lately. It's just that it's very quiet right now. Other than baseball, there's nothing going on. You know, so I did a baseball video last night, and but other than that, I literally have to read articles and just fucking trying to come up with the best article possible that it can interest the fans. So I apologize to all of you. I know the show's kind of sucked lately, you know, ever since, you know, the NBA season ended, the shows have kind of sucked. I know it, so I understand, you know, a lot of you are kind of leaving the show now and probably don't plan to come back until like football season. I understand that. But yeah, you know, if you have any suggestions, you know, whatever, if it's not sports, I don't know what the hell we can talk about outside of sports, but if you want me to talk about something outside of sports, we can do that too. Like I said, I'm doing the reaction video, so that's outside of sports sometimes. So, anyways, yeah, as you can see, I apologize if sometimes it's like, what the fuck is this shit? It's very quiet right now. I'm gonna maybe have to get a baseball a little bit more in. We'll have to see how those views go because it's terrible right now. And soccer, you guys don't want soccer either. So, what else can I say but thank you? Shitty ass shows lately, man. Might have to fire my general manager. Hey, Takahito Puchiboka, you're fired.